Okay, guys, I have to tell you that I was unbelievably bad. It was really, 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 really bad. Uh, I went shopping with an attitude. You should not shop with an attitude, and you definitely should not have an attitude when they have clearance stuff. So, I was very, very bad, and I'm not going to be allowed to shop for a while because I was so bad. But I wanted to come on and show you what I got at Hobby Lobby on their clearance sale. I know they've been going to clearance these things. I have actually been looking for some of this for a while. I looked in the spring, but because we were traveling, I didn't get to go to their. None of the Hobby Lobbies we stopped at had anything on clearance. And while I wanted these things, I didn't want to pay full price for them because I don't know that I'll use them as much as I should. I'm hoping so because some of it I really like. What I have of these, and I only have a couple of these Distress Oxide pads, and they were a gift, and I really like them and I play with them, but only having a couple of colors is hard. So I picked up everything they had that was on clearance because I didn't have any of these. I got the pumice stone. I think that's milled lavender. Shabby something. Shabby shed maybe. Tattered rose and dried marigold. And these are the Distress Oxide inks. I have Distress ink, the water-based ones. I have a bunch of the little ones, but I have very little in the way of the oxides. I also got some of the Distress Oxide sprays. There again, I have a couple of those, but not very many. And I picked up quite everything they had on clearance. They had, this one is, well, there are two pinks, Festive Berries and something else I can't see. Not sure what that color is, but it's a pink. This one is, well, I don't know, but it's a sort of an orange and a yellow green. Mustard is that one, and I'm not sure what the other one is. And then these two are a sort of, this one's Gathered Twigs and Hickory Smoke. So I got those. To look at it all, we have to have room, so I'm going to put it away as I get it out. I got several of these when we were on our trip a couple years ago. These are Distress Embossing Glazes. And this 3-pack was basically what I paid for one little jar. So to get 3. Now, on at least one of these, I already have one of the couple of the colors, one of the colors on each one, I think. But I already know where the extras are going. But I got 3 packages of these, and I really like this glaze. It's really fun to use where you put it over something else that you can see, because you can see through it. That's the thing about the glazes, you can see through them. I've been playing with them quite a bit lately. So I got those. This one is Speckled Egg and Broken. It's blues and greens. And these two, this one is kind of rusty colors, and this is browns. And of course, you know, if the Tim Holtz stuff is on sale, we got to have that. So I got a package of these. These are like, can you see them? There we go. What do I want to call them? They're like, what do they call them? They're called factory tags. Sorry about that. Factory tags. And they're numbered, and they have little, so they're kind of heavy. They're really good on covers. And these looked interesting. These are little plastic letters, so they would let you see what was behind it. And I love these. I have a few of these, and I've used them several times. They're really fun to use as closures. especially if you're doing an altered book where you can put a hole or a grommet through the cover. And these are itty bitty tiny bulldog clips. So I got a package of those, each of those. And then these were not Tim Holtz or Paper Studio, but I really liked them, and since they were on clearance, I went ahead and got them. They're like book plates, and they're a little decorative on the end. Got those. I have to put it back in the bag. There we go. In the Tim Holtz section, they had alcohol ink on clearance too, and I have some alcohol inks, but I don't have. What I have is more earthy colors, so I went ahead and got some brighter colors. And then I don't have any of the metallics, so I got a gold and silver. And then they had a blending solution. Now, probably wouldn't have gotten this had because I already have blending solution, but I wanted to see if it was different. And on clearance for 99 cents, the other bottle I had was more expensive, but it was a much bigger bottle. So I just thought that I would see if that was any different than the Tim Holtz blending solution that I have. I thought this was very interesting. This is a stamp pad and a reinker to lift color from non-porous surfaces. So what you do is you put down your alcohol ink, and then you use like a rubber stamp on this, and then it will pick up your color. So this is the reinker. So I thought, you know, that would be fun, and I really think that's a really good idea. I think that's a really interesting concept. Over in the art department, they had these, and I had seen a couple people get them. These are, and I only got just these three because they are metallics, and this one's iridescent glitter, but these are for watercolor ink, and I already have a bunch of watercolor ink, but I don't have metallics, so I thought that they would be good to add to my stash. Oh, I got these little bitty, they had all kinds of colors of these. I didn't think I would use them that much, so I just got some silver ones. I thought they would be cute to use like paper clips in journals. They did not have the plain wood ones on sale or on clearance, so I didn't get any of them. And the colors, like I said, the colors, I thought, I just didn't think I would use them. I figured the silver ones would work for just about anything I did. They had all kinds of stamp sets on sale on clearance. I have a ton of stamps, so I picked some up, I put them back, I picked them up, I put them back. This is the only set that came home because I really just don't need rubber stamps. And while the dragonfly and the butterflies and the hummingbird all, you know, spoke to me, I have those so in my stamp set. But I thought this would work really a lot for my when we take trips and I do the postcards, because peace, love, and trails, and you know, we trail ride in the Jeep, and this one's Trailblazer. This is take the long way home. So I thought they would be really good for travel when we travel, because I do make a postcard every day to send to my mom. Okay, these were another totally didn't need purchase, but for $3.74. Yeah. I have Marabou Art watercolor crayons. These are, they call them watercolor creams, I think. here. Yeah, they call them watercolor creams. There was 3 different kinds. This is the shimmery kind, and these are metallic colors. And then they had a set of plain ones. Well, I already have plain ones in a different brand, so I only got the kind that had the metallic and the shimmer, just simply because there again, I don't have a lot of that. Oops, sorry about the glare, guys. I don't have a lot of metallic or shimmer, so I thought that they would complement what I already have quite well. And we were on with Lisa. I was on with Lisa, and we were talking about the fact that she and I both have really large plates, and someone sent her a small plate, and this was $3.74. So I picked this up because sometimes it's nice to use a small jelly plate like a stamp pad with paint. So I thought that was would be a really good addition to my jelly printing stuff. And I think that's going to live right there anyways, so I'll just put it there. I don't know how well these will work. They're supposedly highlighters, but they're metallic. I thought they would be interesting on a journal page. I imagine they're selling them for, what do you call that? Planner stuff. But I thought the metallics in them might be fun, and they were $1.62 a box, so I didn't feel like that was too bad. I wish I had gone ahead the other day when I was in there. I was in there a week or so ago, and they had, these are fondant molds. And they had several different ones at that time clearanced. And I didn't go ahead and get them because I didn't want to stand in line for them. That was the biggest thing. But my thought is, this might be really fun on the jelly plate. And they're silicone, so they should wash just fine. So I thought I went ahead and got this one. It's the only one they had left that I liked. They had a bunch of other kinds. I just didn't like any of them, so I just didn't get any of them. The other thing that I've been watching for, I always watch for, is these. The cutting dies and the embossing folders. And I'm getting quite a collection. They did not have the bug set that I'd really like to have, but they did have this bug set. This bug set is multi-layered cutouts, and of course they're tiny, so you know they're going to be fidgety. The bug set I really like, and one of these days we'll get myself, has an actual stamp set to go with it, and that's why I haven't gotten it, because between the two of them they're kind of pricey. So I thought I'd settle for this one, and I really like it. I think I'll use it quite a bit. I have another leaf 3D like this, and these actually cut and emboss at the same time, and they're very deep, and I knew I would use the leaves. Anytime I have leaves, I use those. So I got that one. I saw this one recently. Somebody had it online, and after making labels in my Sunday Live here recently, I thought this would be a lot of fun. What it is, it's got 3 different outside pieces, and it impresses that outside texture and then cuts. So you get you've got these medallions and they're embossed. And I thought that was cute. I think it would be really fun with the Tim Holtz people in it, in some kind of a Victorian kind of journal. So got those. They had a bunch of this stuff on sale, and I have bought some pouring paint. Um, and I want to try that. I've actually now gathered all the supplies I need. I just have to have time because paint pouring is a little messy. And if you're not familiar, it's a little messy. And since this was on clearance, I went ahead and got a bottle of it too, so that I can use it with my craft paints in case I don't have a color that I want. And they had a lot of these acrylics, this Master Touch acrylics. They had a lot of these clearanced. I only got these 3. That's gold, and this one is called brown red, but it's basically a copper color, and it definitely is a metallic color. You can see it. You might not be able to see it on the camera, but you can see it in the packaging. And red is always an issue with craft paint, so I went ahead and got a red. I don't need a ton of paint, but these 3 things were ones that I use and don't always have. I don't have any gel medium. It's something I've never used, never tried. People use it all the time and they talk about it, but I've never had it. So I really thought I would like to try some of this gel medium, and they had these on clearance, and I thought, well, you know, for 25% of normal, 75% off, I would try them. They didn't have a small one in the gloss, and they didn't have a big one in the matte, so I have a big glossy one and a small matte one. I just thought that's a different medium that I've never used, and for that price, I could try it out and see if I liked it. And once again, these are glittery mediums and stuff that I don't have. This one says it's opal glitter medium. Now, my understanding about mediums is you would mix them with paint to see what happens. And this one is opal glitter, and this one's laser iridescent paste. So I don't know the difference, but they were 2 1/4 a piece. And they're a little bit different in color. This one looks like it has bigger pieces in it, and I thought it might be fun to try. You know, lots of glitz. And this one is gold glitter medium. So I'm gonna have to get these out and just swatch them and see what happens with them, because I have no clue what they will do. And then I could have gone hog wild over books. They had all kinds of books the other day and on clearance, and it was hard to stand there. By the time I got to the books, I was kind of overwhelmed because I had already put way too much in my cart. way too much in my cart. And so I had to try to be careful and not get books. I may go back in the next day or two and see what else they have in the way of books, and see if I can just hone in on books and not, you know, not go overboard again. I have a lot of books, so, you know, I have to look at them and see if they really are what I want. But when you're paying, this one was $3.74. This one was only $2.23. This one was more expensive. It was $6.23. But, you know, that's the most expensive book I think that was there. So it was, you know, pretty good prices. This one is a little book of sketching. And while it doesn't really have a lot about drawing this or drawing that, it has some really fun ideas about little sketches for day-to-day journaling kind of thing. And it had some really fun ideas in it, which I thought was fun. I mean, this is just a light switch, okay? You know, a sponge. Oh, that's a sugar cube, not a sponge. Now, this one is a more how-to kind of thing. Okay, this is a pencil sharpener. You know, you forget about those little things. So I thought it was kind of cute and kind of fun. And, you know, might, when you're having a day where you can't figure out what to do, might give me some ideas. So I got that one. Drawing is one of those things I'd really like to try to do more of and learn more about because I'm not very good at it. And this was kind of designed for kids. This is Walter Foster Jr. It's written like it's to kids, but that will be good for me. It shows you shapes and it helps you to look at the shapes, which I know to do, but that's not always the way your eye works. So I thought it was really interesting, and it's about drawing birds and butterflies, and I really like those things. So I thought it was a good idea, a good plan. Oh, there we have that tucked in there. Over by the Tim Holtz stuff where they have the alcohol inks, they had Yupo paper, and I have other plastic papers designed for alcohol inks, but I didn't have any of the Yupo brand paper. And there again, I just got one package of each because I wanted to try it to see if it was that much different than the other things that I have used. I have some ideas for using these things, so I'm just... it's just one of those things I thought, okay, let's see if there's really any difference. And one is just regular white cardstock, and this one is heavyweight cardstock. So I just got one of each of those to try it against the other brands. And this is the last book and the last thing. This is watercolor with markers. And I thought that might be very interesting, and I leafed through it. It's got some interesting techniques and interesting ideas that I had never thought of, and they're just using markers and using it like watercolor. And there's a lot of watercolor markers out there, and I have a big set of watercolor markers that I don't use enough. So I thought, and it had some really fun ideas in it. So I thought I would try that one, and that's my haul. Like I said, I really kind of overdid it, and I won't be shopping for much for a while. Okay, guys, go have fun. Make some art. Bye-bye.